So welcome again for another session of contemplating whether we will be able to uh, find some insights, scientific insights into Savitri. We are on a quest to explore the unknown frontiers with the help of Savitri. And we are discussing Canto 2, Book 1, Canto 2, The Issue. And the changed pattern that we have done since last two sessions, that we are taking line by line, and we get into the depth of discussion, and then we share our insights. So without further ado, let me share my screen. Last session we finished, this was the last passage that Amitaji read, the fixity of the cosmic sequence, fastened with hidden inevitable links. So from today's session, we take from the next one. Would any one of you would like to read it, or shall I?
You can start.
I can start. Okay. A colloquy of the original gods, meeting upon the borders of the unknown, her soul's debate with embodied nothingness must be wrestled out on a dangerous dim background. Her being must confront its formless cause against the universe way its single self. On the bare peak where self is alone with naught, and life has no sense and love no place to stand, she must plead her case upon extinction's verge. In the world's death cave, uphold life's helpless claim and vindicate her right to be and love. Mm.
Mhm.
Very nice lines.
Very good.
Yeah, very nice line.
If something comes up, you can just we can have a feature where we can raise our hand, so that there, if
That's
something
true.
comes, we can just.
Ah. Mm.
I cannot find the raise hand option on my screen, but is it okay if I go ahead and speak something?
Yes.
1 second.
Yeah.
So where I'm looking on that sentence, on the bar peak where self is alone with naught.
Is alone with not, yes.
Naught. So what that means? So the self is alone with nothing.
Yes. Yes.
Um,
What is the meaning of this note? Is it like a
we can look. Not is
the figure 0,
the
Nothingness.
nothingness,
nothingness. Yes.
alone with nothing? What connects me to this
Hey,
line?
you
It
see,
connects me
it's a
to.
beautiful mathematical um, sentence in that sense.
Okay.
And I'm looking for the word, but how you, if you are alone, then you cannot be with something else, no? Or you are alone with nothing. So that's interesting.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
it's a contradiction.
So
If you are
it's a
alone, then you are alone, no? Yeah, but you can alone to be with somebody else. But if you are with nothing alone, then you are with you.
mm.
Um,
Does it also mean that you are alone, you find yourself, I mean, all alone with your own self, but even within you, there is nothingness? Does that mean like you feel very hollow inside? Is that what it's supposed to mean? On the bare peak, when self is alone with naught, self is alone with naught means even like even when we are alone, if I'm sitting alone, I always have my thoughts, or I always have something. I'm either in my present or in my past or in my future. I have some things lined up or some experiences.
mhm.
So is it saying that that moment is the highest point in her life where she is experiencing absolute nothingness around her and also within her? Does that what it
Mm,
means?
No, I don't think so. Now it comes in my mind. It's a description of um, a level of consciousness.
Okay.
And because it's not where self is alone with naught and life has no sense. That's interesting. And love no place to stand. So it's a level of consciousness. And so
That's very
also
nice.
before you have that sentence, her soul's debate with embodied nothingness. No?
Yes. Her soul's
And when
debate
we
with embodiment.
remember,
Mhm.
exactly, when we remember before, it was that moment, what happened in life, um, that things getting wrong. No? And
Mm.
now it feels we are Aurobindo describing also this kind of consciousness.
Very profound.
Yeah.
I'd like to share my one small experience, what you're saying. I think
Yes.
it's a very prominent point that you have made just now, because I stand corrected and I'm very happy that you corrected me over here, because now that when I was thinking, while I was listening to you, if the feeling of nothingness within is it's really below, it's the bottom uh, mental space, maybe. But that's not what it is. The moment you said it's a consciousness, Sri Aurobindo describes as such consciousness, I remember a phase in my life, maybe 2 years ago, uh, and that was the toughest time in my life, both personally and work wise. I have been
Yes.
challenged on every single aspect. Auroville does that to you, everything bad within you or around you, first it brings up because you need to clear that. And one of the worst times in my life where the only thing I can see that I can do next is breathe. That was. And there was a moment where I decided to accept it, what it is right now. And that state of my being, I can identify identify as self alone with not. With the explanation that Reda you just gave. And there is something happened that night when I fell asleep. So
Mm.
I was neither feeling sad, I was not happy, I was not looking in the future, I was not in the past, I was nowhere. I was exactly where that moment is, each passing moment. I was not worried about the future. I was not sulking over my past. There was no guilt. There was no emotions as well whatsoever. And it was not a dream. It was a waking phenomena that
Mm-hmm.
happened where I saw colors which I have never seen. These colors don't, they are not there in the visible spectrum or the gamut. And the sounds which are not there in the audible sounds.
Mm-hmm.
And the fun part about that was that I was realizing that I am creating it. And at the same time, I'm actually enjoying it. So this is an impromptu um, experience. I will call it an experience because I was actively participating in that experience, and it was something I would define beyond mental realm. It was not
Mm-hmm.
happening in the mind, it was happening somewhere beyond that. And then there is a physical point which I can pinpoint in my body, which is right below your, maybe you can call it heart chakra, just where your heart is. And then I experienced a small white, you cannot call it was shiny, so light, yes, but it was something that can be experienced physically. And then it
Mm-hmm.
expands. And when it expands, it reaches a place because it's a sphere, and your body is not really a geometrical, like mathematical geometrical figure, like a square, sphere, or cube. At some point of time, it reaches your skin where it has to protrude from your body, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can feel it in your hands, in your feet, everywhere where the sphere is expanding out of your body. And it's just expanding. And the moment it comes out of your body, it explodes as if it has covered the whole earth. And the feeling and the emotions that were coming out of it was the healing. But that healing was not just for, it was not for me. It was as if it was going for the entire planet. And I couldn't speak after that experience for so many days. And when I was a teacher at that point of time. I used to teach very, very small children who go in, kindergarten. And next day I went to take my class, and my voice was really low. I was speaking like this.
Mm.
I didn't feel like speaking beyond this, you know. And the kids caught my frequency like this, and they connected with me so well that session. They, as if we were one in that
Mm.
whole session. They completely, there was some understanding that happened. But then that state doesn't last very long. Again, you go back in your past and future, and the fun part
Mm.
is to be in that nothingness. And I'm trying since then. It's been more than 2 years. I couldn't come back to that point because I want
Mm.
to have that experience again, you
Of
know.
course. Mm.
So thank you for explaining that line to me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, very interesting. Yeah. Um,
I mean, I don't know if you guys believe in this kind of stuff, but even me,
no,
I'm
of
not
course.
much.
Um, um, you see our consciousness and yeah, where we can move by conscious, no? Or in the different mental plane, let's say like that. Or sometimes we are also falling in such a consciousness.
Yeah.
That there is this other story from Eckhart Tolle.
Okay.
So he was also driven in such a consciousness. And he was driven by fear mainly. And then it happened. No? And interesting is now here in that context, Sri Aurobindo describes this type of nothingness and conscious and where love no place to stand. So you do not want to stand, and she has to put something against, and that's the interesting part. That she has a right to be and to love. And that's the contradiction. So and that always I also find by Sri Aurobindo that this state of nirvana and nothingness, it's only a state, but then it has also to come another state. And I think in your case it's also a combination, no? of different states, and suddenly it happens something, because in the nothingness beautiful colors comes up, and but we have to go to this nothingness until we can reach something else.
I think that's one of the hardest things, to go to the nothingness.
Yeah, and you have to have the knowledge that you will also come out, no? Which sometimes for some people is a problem, because if they stay longer in the nothingness, then they lost all things, no? But the point is, especially also here, that Savitri can also come out of that, and that there are other stages. Yeah, I like that also very much.
Yeah. Anita ji, you want to?
Yeah, I would like taking Savitri's condition as of now. It is the dawn when she knows today is the day when Satyavan will be taken away. And so she is like in a state where she's building up her spirit to fight for her own right to be loved by her husband. So she's gathering things to plead her case.
Yeah.
And she knows gods and all, they are deciding upon a fate, and which is already there, but she wants to plead her case by putting forth her points. So she's in a state where, like, too very confused and building up her strength as well. Because she wants to has to fight her destiny and fight for her husband to be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If we connect this with if we connect this with Sri Aurobindo's metaphor of Savitri, he expresses her as the divine word. Savitri is the divine word.
Right.
And Satyavan is a soul who has descended. It's a divine being itself who has descended there and forgotten itself. So now he's being taken away, and a divine mind, Satyavan is the divine mind that has descended and forgotten itself. So my question is that if she's a divine word herself, and she knows what she needs to do, is that, and then, but it's the moment where her being must confront its formless cause. Am I on the right track? Am I making some mistake?
And
Yes,
no,
yes.
I think because you said she has to know, no? And there is the play of contradiction also by Sri Aurobindo, no? Because on the other hand, he believes in evolution,
Yes, very
and
much.
if you know what to do, then evolution in that sense makes no sense, no?
Yeah.
And we have also many moments in Savitri where Savitri by herself not know what to do. And that's the contradiction, when on the other hand he describes Savitri as the divine force, but again she has to move to that stage and to has to come to that stage. And she asked also, what should I do? And because otherwise it's so easy to say, Savitri is divine. Of course, we as humans, and we don't know, we cannot do that. And what is the relation to that? Um, I believe that Sri Aurobindo always wants to push also his surrounding uh, to come to that stage of Savitri. And not it's like unreachable because she is a king and nobody else can reach that. I think that's the difference. And again, now when you look humanly on that story, and Ameta, you described that. What horrible situation is it for her that she get that knowledge, okay, her husband will die. And on the other hand, and that's interesting, but I think that comes also from that Greek story, she cannot tell this Satyavan.
Oh, yes.
And
Yes.
normal humans will always tell and will say, I know you will die and blah, blah, blah. And so,
Yeah.
but it's one of the biggest tasks not to tell.
She
And the
knew
problem
she knew
is,
about this before she got married to him. Right.
yeah, and
Yes, that's
she cannot
important.
tell him that.
Yes, yes, yes.
And that means she is alone with her problem. No? And that is perhaps also this reflection of this consciousness, no? What to do. Yeah. And so there I see is also you can also always see in Savitri a development of herself. But here we are on the beginning, and it's an overview of what happens with Savitri. So I see that chapter like that. So that one thing she has also to overcome this nothingness, no? And then let's see what comes next.
Yeah. Wonderful. Anything on these two paras? Anything other than any other thoughts you want to share? Or should we read next?
We can continue. Yeah.
Okay. Then I'll
No,
just push it.
sorry. Which paragraph? That one, or?
Altered must be nature's
Yeah,
harsh
this is,
economy.
yeah, we start with this line. Altered
Yeah,
must be
correct.
Yeah.
nature's. So I'll just push it a little up. Okay. Anyone of you want to go? Or should I just read it?
we can just continue.
Okay. Altered must be nature's harsh economy. Acquaintance must win. She must win from her past's bond. An old account of suffering exhaust. Strike out from time the soul's long compound debt, and the heavy servitudes of the karmic gods. The slow revenge of unforgiving law, and the deep need of universal pain, and hard sacrifice and tragic consequence. Out of a timeless barrier she must break, penetrate with her thinking depths the void's monstrous hush. Look into the lonely eyes of immortal death, and with her nude spirit measure the infinite night. The great and dolorous moment now was close.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah. I overall in this poem, since we have started reading from the beginning, I'm absolutely in awe, you know, of how detailed Sri Aurobindo has described everything, how much he went into detail to describe a moment in Savitri's life. Overall, it's phenomenal.
Mm, that's true. And now, as I spoke before, now he describes more. Okay, what kind of altitude she has to come to develop her, and to forget the past bound, and to overcome karmic. I think that's now also one consequences of about her development.
Acquittance she must win from her past's bond, an old account of suffering exhaust. Yes.
And also, which seems not so easy, the slow revenge of unforgiving law, and the deep and need of universal pain and hard sacrifice and tragic consequences. These are something which are there, and which are necessary on the other hand. Yeah, we always struggle also with that things. Why is there the universal pain, and why there are tragic consequences?
What I don't understand is this line. I don't understand the slow revenge of unforgiving law. What law, or is it a law of nature? And why is it
Karmic
a
law.
revenge?
Karmic law.
I think it's the law of a karmic.
Yes.
Karmic gods and the heavy servitudes of the karmic gods. The slow revenge. The word revenge is what I don't understand. I mean, I don't
Means you
understand how
cannot
it's.
overcome. Means what you have done, so you want to at times escape it, but you cannot escape it.
Mm.
You may want to escape it कि चलो गलती हो गया छोड़ दो नहीं, but it doesn't come that way.
And
She
there we have always understand, no? He brings the content in of the view of Savitri, no? And before he wrote about the last session, we spoke about the karmic situation.
Yes.
that humans are in karmic situations. That they did something before, and this now influenced also our life.
Now they have to pay for it, like.
The cause
That
and
they have to.
these lines.
He not writes in that sentence, no?
Yeah.
Because
This one you meant, the fixity of the cosmic sequences, fastened with hidden inevitable links. She must disrupt, dislodge by her soul's force, her past a block on the immortal's road, make a raised ground and shape anew her fate.
so in the end, he describes, and now he continues to describe this, what Savitri has to do, and she has, and it's logic. No? Now we come more to mathematical view. So she can only overcome death when she can also overcome the karmic, her karmic situations. No? Because that is also part of the karmic, you can say. No? That's the other story. And it seems that Sri Aurobindo wants to show us there is a karmic influence, and we have to understand it, but we can also overcome it. That's the consequences. No? So it's in that case possible. No? Unfortunately, not so simple as it seems. No? And there was the sentence before. I think it's one of the most important, because only the soul force can really change the karmic situation. And of course, from outside, it looks also like that. No? Interesting is, in the moment, I have, I don't know if you know it, but I have no idea why Satyavan has to die. I have to think about, but I not remember exactly if there is a reason behind why Satyavan
had to die. He was destined to die. That's what it was told. He was given only that much life. He didn't have a long life.
So
I mean,
then
this is a
again,
story from mythology.
okay, yeah, but now you can also start to think about, and is there a karmic reason dabei, or it's only his lifespan is shorter than other lifespans? No? So that's some questions. No?
There was also, I mean, a similar story
We
on
can
which
ask
Sri
the
Aurobindo
AI.
writes commentary on the Prashna Upanishad. I think it is Prashna Upanishad, where there is a dialogue between Nachiketa and Yama. And Nachiketa is also, basically, his parents did tapasya and they asked God, and God gave him option. Do you want a son who will live a long life, but he will not be good, he will be good for nothing? Or would you like a son who will live only for 16 years, but he will be an extremely intelligent and wonderful kid or son any parent can have? And his parents asked for a son with shorter life but with excellency. And then at 16 he comes to know that he is going to die, and Yama comes to take. And I think Prashna Upanishad is all the dialogue between Nachiketa and Yama. I hope I'm right. There are so many commentaries Sri Aurobindo has written, but similarly, and then at the end of it, Nachiketa is blessed and he lives a long life.
Okay.
But Satyavan is not aware that he is going to die. But I don't recall a reason why he was given a short life.
So I found in the AI a description about it, and it's saying that Satyavan has to die because it has something to do with the cosmic equilibrium, and
Okay.
that
Okay.
means it's between the soul and the nature. So it has to in a equilibrium.
Equilibrium. Oh, okay.
Equilibrium. Yes.
So Amitaji, to fill you up, Freder has created an AI app called
Oh,
Supra Text. And
Okay.
I think we did those sessions. I will share the link with you for the app. What happens is you can actually select any canto and then it
Okay.
gives you the list of words. Maybe, Freder, would you like to share your screen? Or maybe I would love to see that explanation, what you just, I can stop
I,
sharing mine.
yeah. That now this explanation I got from another AI.
Machine. Okay, okay, okay. No problem, no problem. I'll share the
Uh-huh.
link to you
Uh,
in your email separately.
because I got it in
Okay.
my smartphone.
Yeah,
So it was
okay.
here.
It might, is
Okay.
it? Okay.
It
I
it
will
was
share.
about, but you can also use that. In that case, it's very helpful.
Yes.
Um,
So based on the poem, if you click on
it's the
any word,
incarnate word. Sorry.
yes. Yeah, this is the
It's
incarnate word, the one
yeah.
website that
That
I'm
because
referring.
there you have now also, but I can also share that.
Oh.
1 second.
Do you want me to stop sharing my screen?
I think I can do it also by the same way.
Okay.
Mm. Okay, there you see that's the incarnate word.
Enough.
No, I'm not able to. Maybe I'll stop sharing my screen. Okay, there.
Ah, can you see it now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. And here in that incarnate word, you can, for example, now select, for example, let's do the complete word of Sri Aurobindo, and then I can ask why. Then 1 second.
Amitaji, I'm sending you the web page link.
Okay.
The nice thing is that, yeah. So you can ask simply um, some question, and then
Lysoterm has
he
to die. Okay.
and then you get the information. And the nice thing is the AI is only looking what is inside that works of Sri Aurobindo.
Right.
So
Right.
mm, use nothing else.
And it gave you the whole explanation on it.
Now you see Satyavan Death is a central event in the tale of Satyavan and Savitri as narrated in the Sri Aurobindo epic poem. His death is not merely a physical occurrence, but is deeply symbolic, reflecting profound spiritual and cosmic truths. Below the keys, reason and context for Satyavan death as derived from the text. Now, I think truly, which makes also sense in the context, what we are reading in the moment, is the faith and the cosmic law.
Hmm.
And then we have the Satyavan's death is described as an inevitable degree of faith, a transition between nature and the soul overseen by divine force. It is stated that it is a decreed and Satyavan must die. And the hour is fixed, choosing the fatal stroke. Now I also understand better because there is no reason, no? As
Yeah,
we
like
looking as humans.
yeah,
Uh,
it is like destined, like how you said, it is destined to be like that.
yeah,
Yes.
or let's say because he did something in the past, in other lives, something, and
Yeah,
now he has to die. He not describing anything
no.
of
Right.
that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think this was interesting point. We never asked this question before. Why does he have to die?
Okay.
It was so in the chat box. I have just pasted a link, Amitaji. If you're able to access, this will give you the link of the Incarnate Word. This website
Okay.
has all the writings, all the books that are written by the Mother and Sri Aurobindo. It is available online.
Okay.
And I sent you the homepage link, and there the button is Ask AI. That's what Freda was referring to
Doing.
just now, where you can ask your questions. And if you click on CWSA, which means Complete Works of Sri Aurobindo, you will be able to access all the books written by Sri Aurobindo. Savitri is also there. Sorry, my voice is little hoarse today.
No problem.
I've been just recovering from flu this week. And yeah,
You
should
can
we?
Hope you're
share
feeling
again.
better.
Sorry,
Hope you're feeling better.
much better now. Better. Yeah. So shall I share my screen again?
Yes,
Yes.
We
please.
take some more lines. Anything in these lines? Any other insights? Anything new that is coming up? Maybe something with science, maths, if it's there. If
It is like she's had too much pain. Now she just wants to break out of it.
Here in that way, he Sri Aurobindo describes it that not she wants to do it. It's not our view. It's the view she has to,
she has
and
no
she has to
choice.
do it because she has to change the karmic of herself, and in the same way of Satyavan.
Correct.
I think that's important, no? And
Yes.
that's the whole story. But the question comes then up how to do it. No?
And it's such a huge, humongous task. It's look into the lonely eyes of immortal death. How is it that somebody can be so determined to actually talk life out of death? It seems to be an impossible task.
Exactly. Yeah. And I like again the infinity suddenly is there.
Yes.
Infinity's night.
Yes.
Spirit measure.
The work the research that I've been doing right now is on the sound. And what I was saying, the void, the space, is the ultimate understanding of our existence. we don't know what exists beyond void at this point. But all we know that sound is that one phenomenon that penetrates through the void. Isn't it? So maybe
Yeah.
that would be the way to reach beyond void. Because we don't know where it's coming from. In Sankhya philosophy,
Chanting. Similar way like chanting, they say.
the research that I'm doing is on Veda mantra chanting because it's
Okay.
a very intricate design. But yeah, I mean, chanting can be one
Yes.
aspect of it. But sound means sound vibration that we are trying. Because in Sankhya philosophy, they talk about one of the very, very first thing that came in existence
Was
after
sound.
the intellect was sound. And then came the air,
Light.
then came the light or fire, then the water, and then the earth. That was the sequence in which, that's why the senses go in reverse. So earth has all five sense of, it has sound, smell, touch, everything. And if you see water, it doesn't have, one of the senses is gone. I think smell is gone. And if you take away water and if you take fire, it doesn't have taste and smell. What you smell is wood, it's ash, it's earth, not the fire, not the pure kind. If you take the fire out, if you see the air element, it has only two attributes, the touch and sound, not the form. I mean, the form is gone. And if you take
Yeah.
the air, if you see the sound or the ether, it has only one tanmatra, which is the sound itself. It doesn't even have that touch. Yeah. It's
Interesting.
very fascinating.
Yeah.
And
And
somewhere,
and I also heard that sound is one of the last thing what we still
yes, one of the last things. So
yeah
the idea
yeah
is,
but
can the sound go beyond void? Or maybe that is something that connects us. I don't know.
uh, um yeah yeah I will physically not
Yeah, I
so
mean,
uh,
of course, we don't have
because
answers for these questions.
no because the problem with the sound especially is in the real world we need the air. Without air, no
Yes,
sound.
yes, yes. It
So,
doesn't
and
travel in
that's
vacuum.
that's different with light. Now, um, so
This is sound
our
travels
window.
faster than light.
Sorry,
No, it's
Sound
the
travels
other.
faster than light.
It's the
no,
other way around.
It's
the
okay.
other
Light
way.
travels
Oh,
faster. Yeah.
faster than
Yeah,
sound.
light travels faster.
Faster.
Um, so interesting is Sri Aurobindo speaks not about when he speaks about the quality of the divine. No, then he speaks about light, for example, and he speaks about force and love,
Yes.
but he speaks not about sound. Interesting.
Very
Um,
interesting. Very, very interesting.
so we have not that connection to on the same level like that other ones. No?
Yeah. See, the
But
sound
I
doesn't
will
have to be,
all sorry? Yes,
I
please.
mean, when I'm saying sound, it doesn't have to be the audible sound.
Um,
Even the
now we're coming exactly to that what I wanted to share with you
yes, 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 yes.
because I read an article about our senses
Okay.
and there is a new discover. So they speaking about 32 senses what we have.
Okay. 32. I've gone up
Yeah.
to, I've understood up to 10, but 32 is okay. Never heard of that before.
Yeah, I was also a little bit surprised, but it's 3 years ago. Somebody wrote for neurolist about article that our five senses are really not that what we have, so that we have much more senses. And what they also found, and that's now the other problem, that we cannot neglect each senses. So we have also a combination of senses. That means when you remove one senses, then it's change also you complete awareness. With other words, we can also combine the five senses to a next new sense.
Mhm.
And therefore they found out, of course, our brain or the neuronal structure of us, it's much more complex as we see before. So therefore, to do experiments, you see, sometimes we have the feeling of, as you also described, also such experience in another way. So that light is coming, and then when I close my eyes, and then I have then also my body has another feeling. So it's a combination of senses. It's not only one sense. No, it's a combination, and I think then I thought, for example, if I completely close and also I close my ears and so, and then I want to feel it, most probably it's not possible because the senses are combined, and in the combination, then I get a new impression, or then I get another sense. For example, what is there? Is there divine, or is there something else? Yeah, unfortunately, that makes it also not so easy. But now I could understand much better, because there are many people who want to measure divine, for example, or higher consciousness, and therefore it seems not so easy, because the idea of measurement is that you can separate it.
Right.
So when I cannot see it, for example, and I can feel it with my skin, then one believe, okay, it has nothing to do with the eyes, but
Mhm.
it's in our brain, everything comes together, and then
That's true.
suddenly we get an impression, there is something special, or there's a special moment, or there is or we're
Yes.
becoming closer to area where some priests or what we can also describe quite easily in the samadhi, what happens there when you go there. But it will feel different if I go with all packs and with closed eyes inside, as when I go with my whole senses. Then suddenly I will feel something different, and perhaps I feel not what I felt before, because the combination of our senses in the end makes our life and makes
That's
our
true.
impression. And that was quite interesting that they describe something like that.
That's
And
phenomenal.
now here is one of that beautiful contradiction in that sentence, in which her nude spirit measure the infinity's night. So it's a complete physical contradiction, because in the moment still we cannot measure infinity.
Yeah. And which has nude spirit
And
measured infinite much.
and what means nude spirit? It's also interesting. So it's
The night seems long.
sorry,
Sorry, Amita ji?
what do you mean?
No, spirit, infinite night mean maybe the night seemed very long.
Yeah. But the contradiction is infinite means something that
Yeah,
you cannot measure.
you can't measure nothing.
But
Yeah.
measuring
exactly. No?
is the end of the
And he
contradiction.
combines then that I always find in that terms of infinity, because he could also use another thing, another word like not measure. Why he use in that case measure? Because we
Nude spirit. Nude spirit
Nature.
is, as you said, there was this, I'll go back to the first line. Sorry, on the
yes,
bare peak
Bare
where
peak.
self is alone with naught. And that comes back as a nude spirit.
yes,
Yeah. A big zero, as you said. A nude spirit measure the infinite's might, which is fathomless. It cannot really.
yeah, and so but it seems he likes to move us always in that area of consciousness which is beyond the physical.
Beyond the physical. Yes. Sri Aurobindo always
So
says
therefore
that.
he writes this kind of contradictions, and then we should we can be, or we should be a little bit irritated, and then understand, okay, it's beyond.
It's beyond. Yeah. I think thank you for pointing it out, Pedder. I mean, today I think it's very prominent, the contradictions between his lines. I don't think we ever discussed contradictions that much as we discussed it today. It was really interesting to kind of see it from that point of view. And as you said, I agree with you. Sri Aurobindo always says that man is not the end of evolution. How can somebody so imperfect like a human being be the epitome of evolution? We have to go beyond. So now it's time to go beyond the mental realm. And
Yes.
this is what we all are marching towards, whether we want it or not. But that's where the things are going, for the lack of better word.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's why I always find his poem Savitri mysterious, because I feel that because I feel like he was there, you know, where we wish to go, what we aspire to find out. I think he was there, and somewhere he left those clues in this poem. And discovering this poem is something that I feel that we might find some clues to some answers that we are looking for these days. All the scientists and people who are looking to go beyond this or find answers to their questions. I feel that Savitri might have some clues. That was the that was the main intention behind starting these sessions, you know. I really hope that. But yeah, even these discussions have been really profound. Very, very profound. Any thoughts you want to share, or should we close for today?
I
It's been
think we
already 1
can
hour.
close for today.
Amitaji? Yes,
Yeah, we can.
we can. I'll stop recording.